Or this TV show.
Hello, Trent. Hello, Cam. That surprised you. Was that too loud? Testing 1, 2. Welcome to Do You Remember This Movie?
This TV show.
Yep, and the TV show. And as always, I want to say again hi to Trent and Cam, even though I just did. So I'm very repetitive right now, but that's me, right? We got 2 new movies tonight. Both
I
of
wouldn't
them
say they're new.
They're definitely not new. Well, one is kind of new, probably the most recent one we've ever done. Both starring our boy JT and not the Justin Timberlake JT. With that said, Cam, what do you got for us?
Now it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
All right, we're going to start out with the not so recent one. We got Boy in the Plastic Bubble. A classic story of the girl next door seducing the disabled boy into leaving his plastic chamber of solitude. But let's be honest, it just feels better that way.
I love not knowing what you have.
Oh my gosh.
That's natural reaction. That was.
Well, let's go right into.
Yes, let me tell you who's in this movie.
Buckle up, it's the cast and crew with Corey.
Yes. So obviously, first off, we have John Travolta, who he plays a character named Todd. He is, or we can just call him the boy in the plastic bubble. But for most of you watching, you probably remember his role with Olivia Newton-John from Two of a Kind. Next, you have the love interest, Glynis O'Connor. She plays Gina. She's never been anything else. Maybe like Law and Order or something like that.
I read an article where they said that like from when this came out, and then like popular TV star Glynis O'Connor, and I'm like, and I looked at her IMDb. I'm like, well, I don't know.
She's not popular.
Maybe
at
it
all.
was like popular.
Sarcastic article.
Was it The Onion?
Yeah.
But most importantly, probably the biggest actor of them all that was in this movie, Buzz Aldrin, definitely known for his 1969 sci-fi adventure called Apollo 11: Landing on the Moon. For those
I think Kubrick directed that, right?
Kubrick did direct that one, actually. Yeah, I mean, probably one of the best sci-fi movies ever. Influential to stand the test of time. So yeah, have you guys seen that one, Apollo 11?
I saw Apollo 13.
Ooh, where they didn't make it.
Yeah. I skipped the first 11 and 12. And then,
nobody cared. No
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that said, I'm sure Trent, you got some clips.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the dad.
Oh, the dad in the plastic. Oh, yeah. I wrote that under the other movie. My bad. Robert Reed. Yes, Robert Reed. He plays Johnny in this. But most of you probably remember Robert Reed from his 1988 holiday thriller, A Very Brady Christmas.
Yeah. So yeah, I have some. I'm gonna also go over some cast and crew. Not trying to steal anybody's badge of honor.
It's the cast and crew with Corey and Trent.
As we go along here, it's because I have some to point out. But first, as we first start, we're gonna get right into the weird, right? Okay, this I might need to show you this twice. Okay, this is the doctor coming over to the house to tell the family that they're expecting, right? Because the phones weren't invented yet.
1959.
Yeah, so he had to drive there. But what I really want you guys to point out is, or to notice, is watch how he gets out of this car. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a movie ever. He gets out butt first.
Honey? Hello, Mr. Lovitch. Right, Doctor.
I didn't notice that. What did
I
he
didn't
do?
notice that either. It's like a reverse shot.
Go back.
Weirdest thing. I
Like he looks like he's about to get out normal, one leg at a time, you know. But no, he just turned around.
yeah, and he's like sticks his head further in.
Almost over to Hobart. Right, Doctor. I've just come from the...
It almost looks like it was a reverse shot.
Yeah, but
Like they were like, oh crap, we never got him getting out of the car, because look at the other person's hat.
Right, Doctor.
No, maybe she's just I don't know. That is bizarre.
That's wild. Maybe it's those old cars. That's the way you got in and out of them.
Do you remember this actor though?
I recognized him. I didn't put him in the casting crew, but
he was in Trading Places.
okay.
He's one of the rich guys that makes the bet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that means that he's also in Coming to America, right? But what I think is interesting here is just that there's so many ties. Like this is like that seven levels of separation with Kevin Bacon. This movie and the next actually I make a crazy like Hollywood spider web, right? But I just because we're gonna bring it up later, he was in Trading Places. So was Jamie Lee Curtis, right? And then John Travolta was in a movie with Jamie Lee Curtis called Perfect. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about Jamie Lee Curtis here in a bit, but it's interesting. She's the key element of our episode today.
Right, Doctor.
Just one last time there.
And then Corey gets credit for this. I did not catch this, and I think it's hilarious. So for our viewers, the baby's born, has no immune system, so it has to be in a plastic box for the moment. But so the baby was just born. We need to get this into a protective environment immediately. So they're in this plastic box, and it gets tilted up here.
Let's just let a little Aaron, right?
Yeah, I did. There we go. We just killed that kid. I'm gonna do it one more time.
I had to watch it 3 times to make sure.
So it's right in this corner. Yep, kid died.
Done. Movie over.
Or maybe this was a flashback of the first kid that died. I don't know. That was not nice.
No, no baby jokes. Oh, the Ecto-1. Yep, I was going to say something about that.
Really? You were going to say something about it.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything, text you guys or anything about it. I'm glad that you already knew. You already knew. You can read my mind.
Yeah, I just, that's.
You were going to say something about it.
It's what I do. Like, anyway, I really like this scene because we don't usually get to see Mr. Brady, Mike Brady, fight anybody or scream at anybody, right? I mean,
it was definitely different for him.
Doctor, please, everybody, we appreciate your interest, but it's exactly what we're trying to get away from.
Yeah.
Come on again and give us take one more step. I'm gonna knock your damn head off. Now get out of here. Come on, all of it.
Oh yeah.
Back up.
And then right here.
My son's not a freak.
Oh well, at 4 years old, maybe you have a point, but when he gets into a 17-year-old version, I have a.
Get out of here.
And also these guys right here. It's so hard to go back on these.
My son's not a freak. Get out of here.
All right, guys. We got the soundbite we were looking for.
Yeah, we got what we needed. You said it.
Let's get. They're opening up a new mall over on River Street. Let's go.
Let's go there. Yeah.
Go.
We got the soundbite. We're good.
We'll talk a little bit more about this later, but this might be foreshadowing to a theory that Corey had over text last night. So the baby, or the baby toy here, the teddy bear, doesn't have an eye, and the kid has swallowed it. So they just beat him relentlessly here.
Spit it out, baby. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Hit him hard.
Hit him
Spit it
hard.
out, Toddy. Spit it out.
I love how she's like screaming, spit it up, like he knows to do
Spit it
that.
out, baby.
Come on.
Ah, there it comes out. I think it'd been more, it was like covered in goo, like baby goo, but whatever. So
I think the kid was laughing, honestly.
They were just tickling him.
Like he was like, I wasn't really joking. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm in a bubble.
So I was gonna mention too that I don't know if you guys knew this. This actress was actually John Travolta's love interest at the time, and she died about a year after this movie came out.
I saw that. Yeah.
From breast cancer,
Oh.
and not a joke at all. But later on, he married Kelly Preston, who also died of breast cancer. I'm not trying to say there's a correlation. It's just a history of grief and sadness there.
Well,
But I do want to mention, do you guys know anything about Kelly Preston's career?
is that her?
No.
Oh no, I don't.
Kelly
No, it's
Preston.
both.
Kelly Preston was an actress, and she was in one of the best movies of all time. And I don't know if you guys want to guess what movie she was in.
I'll let you guess, Cam.
From 1986.
I'll take a swing at it. Does it involve camp?
It does.
Does it involve
but not an interplanetary camp.
like outer space
Yeah.
camp?
Yeah, she was
space camp.
one of the main stars of Space Camp. You just can't avoid it.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
All right. Cam, did you have something you were going to mention?
What?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I cut you off.
Oh, no. I'm good.
Okay. I just put this here. This is the world's first Zoom meeting.
I can't see anything. Well, try your scanner button.
I'm going to point out some of these people here too. We'll talk about her later.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was right, but I had to look it up real quick before I said anything. So you mentioned that lady passed away of breast cancer, right? And then his ex-wife did too,
And so did Olivia Newton-John.
and so did Olivia Newton-John.
And Olivia Newton-John had breast cancer twice. I'm not trying to make some intersecting line here.
It's all simulation, man.
It's weird. But I did want to bring up some of these actors. I'm going to mention them a little bit later, and we can see them a little bit better. But so this guy right here, he plays Gina's boyfriend. That
Is that the blonde guy from Greece?
It is the blonde guy. From
It
Greece.
is. Oh my god! I honestly didn't think that during the movie, but it just hit me now. Okay.
Yeah, there's some people that jump that are multiples here. So this teacher, when you see the teacher, that's the teacher from Greece, and this was directed by the director of Greece.
I could feel that, and so he's just like got everyone back on board.
Yeah, I think this came out before Greece.
Yeah, it did.
It did. So he got them all back on board.
Gotcha.
For Greece. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I liked you guys on that movie, and they're all like, "Tell me about it, stud." Yeah, I thought Corey was gonna say that. He looks at it. Look, Mom.
Look, I'm creepy. Aren't you proud of me?
I'm not just creepy at home. I'm creepy worldwide.
Did you guys get like a Linda Blair vibe from her a little bit at all, or no?
The mom?
No, the Gina.
Oh.
The love interest. I don't know. Just to me, she kind of maybe looked like a little bit of like Linda Blair.
Okay.
I was just waiting for her to turn her head all the way around 360.
It makes sense because she is pure evil.
Dude, for real.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how. Okay.
This scene hurt me. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "What a jerk."
And I don't know if my screen capture I got later in the movie shows this guy as much, but this is I think his name was Tommy, the guy from Greece. But the guy who plays his brother. I knew you guys wouldn't know this, so I made sure I brought it up. Again, I'm not trying to take away Corey's cast and crew merit badge, but his achievement award. But I want to bring up that he was in a very popular miniseries in the early 80s. I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with it because it's based on a very popular book called The Thornbirds. And I don't know if you guys know who starred in The Thornbirds. It's a book based off a very popular book, and the story takes place in Australia. And the actress who was very well known for her role in The Thornbirds was Rachel Ward.
Oh, okay.
Who played the teacher in Portraits. Mm-hmm. It's like,
I thought you were going to say Olivia Newton-John when you said Australia.
It's like we bought all these movies in a pack, I'm telling you.
We didn't try to.
Okay, so
my first guess was going to be Terry O'Quinn, but
I wish he was in this. It would have been good.
That should be a question we always have. Would this be better with Terry O'Quinn?
Well, you have to ask yourself would this movie have been better with somebody other than John Travolta? And I say yes. I don't think he brings anything to this movie. I think he overacts everything in every movie that he's in. He's
an overactor.
Yeah, this scene is the worst, the most guilty part. So what happened in the movie here is Gina was on a dare, said she would hold hands with him during the 4th of July fireworks. And then she went to hold his hand, and then she said she liked him. Right?
Yeah, straight up.
And
this is what two people do when they like each other. I'm so mad at her just thinking about this.
Yeah, it's a total dick move, really.
What'd you run away for? Come back.
And now she tells him she was kidding.
Don't you know it was a dare? They
For
dared me, so I
$2.
had to do it. Oh, guy.
I do think she's a good actress, though, because she's clearly acting like a snotty girl.
Yes, you can feel the heartbreak right there. Just like, really? It was a joke?
But but a good actor could have just went back into your bubble and had a sad moment and made the audience have to feel it instead of writhing like a wounded animal.
Okay, John, now I want you to lay down. Yep. And start kicking and screaming. Oh, yeah, her horse.
Yeah, the horse.
Her random horse.
Now, keep in mind.
Spit it out, Todd. Spit it out.
In real life, she's dating him. Could you go home to this?
Todd, no, Todd.
What happened? What happened? What did she say to him? What did you say to him?
And did you feel that same thing with the horse? Like, it just seemed.
Well, it's like the Chekhov's gun of this movie. It's Gina's horse, and I imagine that was just they were like, oh, we got to set this up.
Yeah. What are we missing out of this movie? Maybe we should give Gina a horse.
Yeah, Gina needs a horse.
In the suburbs. Like,
just for that shot too, not any other shots.
Yeah.
This is where we start getting into the mistakes, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys notice this one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so he has his total meltdown at the beach. He wants to go to the hospital. The hospital now has other people with similar problems, where this gentleman has cancer, and the radiation has destroyed his immunity. So now he is also having to live in one of these bubble rooms. So the point of these bubble rooms is that they're germ free, right? Because just a slight germ might get them a common cold that would wipe these guys out completely, right? That would be the end. So
if only there's a vaccine for it. Jeez.
So there's this will be very, very quick, but watch his feet.
Oh.
There's no way that his feet got that nasty in this sterile room.
Good catch.
Like his feet are so dirty.
Well, the main thing is-
His feet are so dirty that the top of his foot is dirty.
I've been
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Oh my gosh, how far back did I go? Here we go. The top of his foot is dirty. It must be from covering his, like with, yeah. Plot oversight.
Well, and I was thinking too, like about all the objects that they have in there. Like obviously they were put in there, and I mean, I guess they just spray it down with Lysol.
Oh yeah, I have another point of that to make it here in just a minute. You're right. There's inconsistencies. This is the Buzz Aldrin scene, but actually I wanted to show. I don't think we're gonna see it. I think it's gonna get cut off on your screen here. Basically, I was gonna make it the joke that they have a 13-inch television with a 16-inch remote, but that was back when they didn't call it a remote; they called it a clicker.
Clicker.
Right?
Yep.
You're Buzz Aldrin, aren't you? The man who walked on the moon. Oh.
I think he has to be told that every time too. You're Buzz Aldrin, and he was like, yes, and they're like the man who walked on the moon. Oh, yep. You're right.
Different Buzz.
I've been looking forward to meeting you, Todd. I hear you have the record for the longest time in a command module.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Okay, so he gives him a signed photo from the lunar landing module. Again, how did that get sterilized? It's in a plastic, in a paper bag. Okay, and then this scene is So Gina wants to make amends for her destroying this this man's child's heart, right? With her ruse. So this is just weird. She's like, he's like, I'm really busy. I don't have time for you. I have all these things I need to do to get Todd back in school.
So before that, like the vibe I got from her was all of a sudden she saw him on TV with Buzz Aldrin, which is super cool. So now she's like, you know what? Maybe I do need to be cool with this guy. Maybe I do like him.
Like this is her ride to space.
Or something like that. Or like, popularity is kind of like when you find out somebody plays guitar and you're like, oh, you're a lot cooler than I thought you were.
I think this movie does an okay job setting it up that this girl is always intrigued by him. But
she was the little girl next door.
Yeah, but she has to hide this. She has to hide this because it's not cool, and he is a freak, and he doesn't do himself much favors.
Yeah, but the dad said that he wasn't a freak.
Yeah. And from that day on, they put that on their mailbox. Our son is not a freak.
All right, what do you got?
I just say so. She's gonna offer to help here, but it's just weird. I think it's an oversight.
Hey, listen, I can do all that for you if you want.
What's the catch, Gene?
Well, the main thing is, I feel bad about what happened, and I'd like to help out. And the other thing is, I'm broke and I could really use the money.
What money?
Yeah. Well, also this conversation, like, and everyone's walking by this, hearing this, and they're like, "Yeah, that seems like it's okay." Just with no context, this man is just what's
talking to a high school student.
Honestly, I need the money.
And then he just turns around and he's like,
"Yeah,
my son and my neighbor's daughter are not freaks.
They're not freaks."
So later, this discussion is not 100% to what she tells Todd.
I know she's a conniver.
Right.
Schemer.
She's like, I also need the money. But later she was like, oh, and the money was cool.
Deal.
But he never offered money. He just did
No,
this.
she pursued the money.
All right. And then here's another mistake. So he's rocking out.
He's rocking out.
And then she comes over.
Oh, this is what he's talking about, how he stared at the wall forever.
Why can we still hear the music? So that music wasn't in his headset? Yeah. Or was the music in the room and he was listening to something else?
It's probably the same thing, like with his little like microphone that he does to talk to people when they walk in the room. Like, you don't need that. Why are you using that?
I just think it's weird that the headphones, like, I think that's a mistake, a glaring mistake with the headphones, and you can hear the music, whatever. Moving on. I thought Corey was going to bring up this actress.
This nurse?
Yes.
She looked really familiar.
Yeah, if you can hear her, I tried to turn the volume up a little bit, but if you can hear her, her voice is a giveaway.
And if anything goes wrong, don't hesitate to call us.
Don't worry about it, Faye.
We'll be at that number. Bye.
Have a good trip.
Was that Pin?
No. Okay.
I think bring Pin up every show. I'm sorry, guys.
So I mentioned, so like I mentioned Rachel Ward, right, who was in the Thornbirds and also in a movie about kids in a cave. Well, this woman was also in a movie about kids in a cave called The Goonies.
Yes. She was also in Scrooged.
So I thought that was kind of a fun.
Worry about it, Faye.
We'll be at that number. Bye.
Have a good trip.
Fun callback there. All right. So here is the who's who of the 70s, right?
It's Moltar from Space Ghost.
All right. We have so many people here. Oh, we do have him. It's the Thornbirds guy.
And they're all in their 30s.
Yeah. I don't know these actresses' names. I don't know everybody's names, but she was in a TV show called Welcome Back, Kotter. So was John Travolta. Right?
Oh, okay.
Why don't you meet some of my friends?
I tried to look up this guy. He's in a whole bunch of stuff. He's in a whole bunch of like Burt Reynolds movies. He was in Cannonball Run. I'm not placing him, but I had to look him up because he is one unique looking person, right? And then our person here is PJ Souls. PJ Souls was also in Carrie, and so was John Travolta, right? And also, I know this looks like the guy in Carrie as well, but it's not. This guy is doing his best William Catt impression throughout this entire movie with that curly blonde hair. But what I wanted to get at is PJ Souls is also really well known for another movie called Halloween, also starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Anyway, this is all going to come to play here.
It is. Oh, real quick, though. Just because I looked it up real quick. The girl on the far right that we're looking at.
Yeah.
So she played Dokes' mother in Dexter.
Oh, wow.
Who Dokes was in the one with John Ritter.
Another movie.
The one that we did with John
Stay
Ritter.
tuned.
Stay tuned. So everything comes together here on Do You Remember This Movie?
Or this TV show. The Hollywood is much smaller than we think, you know?
I don't know why I haven't been called yet. Jeez. Even Buzz Aldrin gets some shit.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What did he ever do?
I had an argument about what color this shirt was last night. I think it's purple.
I'd say purple.
But the consensus was it was maroon. But but a purple, white, and gold, kind of football-esque jersey with number 10. I'm thinking Fran Tarkenton.
Oh yeah. If it was number 5 on the jersey, I would say it could be maroon.
And who would that be?
Maroon 5.
That went into space over Buzz Aldrin's lunar module, and that's how far over my head. Okay, so here's where he's like, "Where's my $10?" Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he almost died.
Yeah, because they were doing push-ups with the clapping in between, right?
Which looked ridiculous with his suit on, by the way. His little mittens.
Well, and then he had his Ghostbusters pack on the
Yeah.
And anyway, but I just want to show you this. This is definitely this is a glaring mistake because money's clean, right?
Yeah.
You just killed him,
Dude. And the fact that there's a little air gap, right?
Well,
I guess the air blows out.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
But gross. Gross.
Cleanest $10 I've ever seen, I bet.
Well, and not to mention that he has to take the suit off somewhere, right?
He takes it off in there.
Yeah.
Oh, but he brought everything in from outside.
Yeah, he just brought in
Oh my gosh,
the entire day's worth of germs.
Oh, look at me! I'm worried about a $10 bill. And he brought in a whole. He brought in a Travolta-sized costume into that thing.
I think it was all a ruse. I think he was probably fine at age 4.
Oh, there's like we can't let him out.
No, this guy is weird.
He is socially awkward.
He is a freak.
Yeah, really the only friends he's gonna have is his doctor and the neighbor girl. Or like this is no, but Cam. I mean, oh my God, I'm embarrassed that I didn't notice that. Good call. I didn't even think of that. That he should have had like that buffer room.
Yeah, some like airlock chamber.
Oh man, that is stupid. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Good call.
All right.
All right, so here's the end of the movie.
You'll be all right.
Because if you are questionable on whether you can go outside and not catch a disease, the first thing you should do is make out what?
Well, yeah, make out with a lady and get in your livestock.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's okay. You kind of stole my joke. I was gonna say to kiss the village bicycle and then get on and then get on her high horse here.
That Fabio shirt, man.
Yeah. Do you guys SpongeBob fans?
No.
Oh,
not since the first season when it was still legit. No.
Give them off of us. Leave us alone.
Okay, here's the end. Okay, tell us about SpongeBob.
Oh, there's an episode where SpongeBob's it's obviously an homage to this, but he's stuck indoors all day because he's scared of going outside because he's going to get hurt. And the fear is that a giant ape will attack him. And so Patrick dresses up like an ape to prove that it's not real. The ape's not real, and then a real giant ape comes and beats up Patrick, and then rides off on a horse into the sunset.
I'll say though that my opinion is SpongeBob is a far better thespian than Mr. Travolta.
The picture, like you're talking like not the voice actor, you're talking the actual like frame on a
can convey more emotion
as a square sponge.
Okay, so let's move on to the next movie.
Let's do it.
First, we have to find out what it's about.
Yeah.
And once again, it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
Ding, 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 ding. Dinner.
All right, our second movie tonight is The Fanatic. Fred Durst gives you a glimpse behind the scenes of Hollywood glamour. If you are successful and attractive, you will be stalked and you will be pushed to the point where you have to take a life. Everyone else is worthless and they deserve their lot in life. Nothing can touch you. So take that cookie and stick it up your... Yeah!
Nice. That was wonderful.
Just keep getting better. Just keep getting better.
I'm glad that you unprompted knew what to do with that, Corey. The other week when you said you were a big new metal guy, I was like, oh,
Rap rock.
let's see.
Rap rock.
Rap rock.
Sorry.
Bro metal.
I mean, full disclosure, like Limp Bizkit is one of my favorite bands. Like I have no shame with that. Trent's looking at me like, I don't think I want to do this with you anymore.
No, I just feel like I need to talk slower.
Thanks.
I just so do you play hacky sack and drive a crotch rocket?
I definitely did play hacky sack,
Gotcha.
and I fell off a crotch rocket one time.
Okay.
No, that was a scooter. Never mind. Even worse. We can cut this part out, though, right? Can I tell you who's in this movie?
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. we need to cue your intro.
Buckle up, it's the cast and crew. We're going.
Yes, it is. The cast and crew with E. Okay, well, first off, I had Robert Reed written down on the Fanatic, and that is definitely just not true. So he's not in this movie, so I apologize. So we have John Travolta is back in this movie. He plays a character named Moose. I don't know if they ever actually say if that's like his real name or if that's just like the name he goes by. Like he has a nickname, so that's interesting. But anyways, John Travolta, once again, probably most known for his 90s movie about an inspirational teacher called Shout. And then also we have Devin Sawa. I hope I said that right. Sawa. You think I'm saying that right? Yeah. If I'm not, correct me. And you haven't corrected me, so I think I'm saying it right. If I'm saying it wrong, everybody blast me on social media and let me know. He plays Hunter. Was it Hunter Dunbar? I believe it was Hunter Dunbar, which most people probably remember him from being in the music video Stan, from the Eminem music video named Stan. He played Stan.
Eminem the rapper or Eminem's the candy?
The rapper, not the rock rapper or the rap rock. But
and it's featuring Dido, by the way. Everyone can.
Featuring Dido. Little connections for you here. Fred Durst and Eminem toured together at one point, and I saw that tour on the Anger Management. I snuck down to Florida, but that's a whole nother podcast. We can talk about that later. But yeah, also speaking of Fred Durst, this movie was directed by Mr. Fred Durst, most known for his role in Pauly Shore's Dead. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. Also, he was in Zoolander and numerous music videos. There's a lot of music videos.
Like Limp Bizkit videos.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That checks out.
Just to be clear with that. He also he had a scene with Halle Berry in Gothica. But that was the music video. Never mind. It was a cover of Behind Blue Eyes, and I think that was featured in the movie Gothica. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about Fred Durst the whole night.
You could.
No, we came here for the Travolta.
And I didn't put my red Yankees hat on. My bad.
We came for the Travolta, stayed for the Durst.
Love it.
Okay, so
you went in with the biscuit or what? Okay.
Let's get right into this movie. So I feel like I'm going to be the bad guy tonight and not like this movie. I'm glad I watched it. I'm not ungrateful. I love that I got the opportunity to see this movie. I had never heard of it before. I am glad to watch it, but it is just bad. So
even the cinematography of Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm going to show that here in a second, actually. So there's some fun things to pick apart in this movie. I didn't know exactly what Cam wanted me to clip, so we did okay with this. But before we get into the movie, I just want to explain that there's some things that are odd, right? So it starts off right out the bat with his friend Leah. Is giving the narration, and she comes in a couple times throughout the movie. I don't know if I've ever either watched a movie or a TV show or read a book that has had the narrator talking to the reader or talking to the viewer that isn't at all in any of the scenes, that has no idea what exactly happened. I mean, I feel like that, and then there's also this weird like animation that goes on.
They do that a couple times. The movie,
it takes you out of the movie so much.
What's an interlude?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, what? What did you say, Corey?
I think you said.
I said the word wrong. So let's move on again.
Interlude, right?
Interlude. Yeah. I said interlude. Interlude.
Yeah, interlude. That's where you get your tires fixed.
All right, I'll quit embarrassing myself for this part of the portion. All
right, so let's just get into it. But I want to say that You guys, I think, are at an age where you're not gonna get this, because I'm not at an age where I would get this, but I like to I like to watch things that are older. So
this is definitely the most recent movie we've ever done. I think 2019.
Well, I just want to say I made a comparison here. Like this beginning, the beginning scene of this movie, the opening scene of this movie is pretty derivative. All right, so this scene. Hold on one second here. It's coming.
Los Angeles. I call it the city of
All right. Los Angeles, whatever. Check this out.
Is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's a big city with a big heart, and it offers a lot.
Is that not the same thing?
Seems about right.
Yeah, that's from Dragnet, 1967.
Oh yeah, wow. He was paying homage to that.
Sure.
Probably not.
I also thought it was like maybe a little nod to Big Lebowski, but
ooh, yeah, sure. Sometimes there's a dude,
but it does seem weird that the bit character is the one narrating the movie, the one who's not in any of the actual.
Oh, she
never meets Hunter Dunbar, right?
No, I don't think so. And this was my second viewing of this movie. I watched it when it first came out, and I completely forgot about the narrator. So when it started, I was really confused. Like, wait, what is this? I don't remember the narrator. I'm like, who's the woman in this movie?
Yeah, it's same, but also like exactly the same. I watched it when it first came out. Did not remember, but I didn't even remember that Leo was in this. Which I think kind of points
right.
to Brent's point here is like it's she's like barely his friend.
Yeah, and a bad friend. You know.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I just wanted to show this scene, just because right off the bat we get to see. So here's where John Travolta overacts, right? I mean, if you thought he was, if you were giving him a pass for Boy in the Plastic Bubble because he was a relatively newer actor, young actor, he didn't grow out of that, and he gets to be way worse. Like, this movie is insulting to people with like, I read that he knew how to act this way because his son had autism, right? His son also passed away.
Not from breast cancer though.
No,
sorry, was that too dark?
But there's a lot. You could make all these weird ties to all of the people in his life die, but also isn't he one of those? Isn't it like against his religion to use any like healing of anything? I don't know. I don't know anything about Scientology. But anyway,
I get it now. Yeah.
Anyway, let's just get into the scene. He acts weird right off the bat, and this is our first time we meet him in the movie.
Hey, Aaron.
Chocolate mousse.
I can't talk too long. I gotta poo.
That's like one of the best lines in the movie.
All right. Moving on.
Right around that point is when I texted you last night, guys, of who it reminded me of.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Oh, so here's Cam's scene. Did you want to set us up with this, Cam?
No, it's just funny, and it's the exact same thing the same point you're making. It's like why this doesn't set up any sort of like endearing relationship. It's just like here for 10 seconds and then.
By the way, yeah, so here's his friend Leah, who Corey didn't give her a shout out.
Yeah, I didn't think she was worthy enough for a shout out.
She played Zoe in Degrassi.
Really?
Yeah.
Eh?
Ah.
That's that northern comedy.
There was no direction in this scene.
That was hysterical.
Like it's that really kind of drives the point home that there's multiple times in this movie where it's like Fred Durst just put two people in a room and said action, and they hadn't read the script. They were given no direction. They weren't even like, it's not even like Curb Your Enthusiasm where they're given plot points. Like he's just like, yeah, you two are in this room, go for it.
We're trying to fill up space. It's only an hour 28. I know.
You know, this next clip, I feel really, now I'm embarrassed. Here, it was me embarrassing myself. I made these clips last night really late. I was like, oh man, I got to get up early. And I should stop doing it. And I actually forgot to finish this. I just realized it just now. So I was just gonna. I'll just
Todd. But some
this guy's name is Todd, right?
Folks, they call me Todd the God. All right.
Todd the God, and I was gonna put in the whole Toddopolis scene from the first movie, like where he's trying to tell everybody that he's something special.
And
it would have been funny. It would have.
All right, now yo.
Serial Man is my favorite.
Serial Man,
of all the Marvel characters, though.
Came to see an amazing show, right? Yeah. All right, now before.
All right, sorry about that scene. Let's move on.
Brenda.
Oh, I put this in here. I was hoping this. You know, now I don't want to say Corey disappointed me, but I was really hoping in my heart of hearts that you were gonna point out this jersey before I pointed it out to me.
Yeah, I don't know what jersey that would be.
She says she needs to speak to you.
A red 16?
Says it's important. I don't know. Okay.
It's not Patriots.
All right. It's just out back over here.
You'll see the back of it right in a second here.
Aaron, he's leaving.
Oh,
Is he gonna sign?
Moose.
Aaron, he's leaving.
Moose, it's okay.
Is he gonna sign?
Moose, he's gonna sign.
Well, yeah. Flacco.
Falco.
Look, man, here comes
Nice.
Oh, that's okay.
What happened to my town?
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I
completely
obviously
missed
read
that.
it wrong because I thought it said Flacco, and I was like, Joe Flacco, whatever.
Okay, so I just want. This is just me more having. I don't really have much more to add to this movie other than my little clips here. Where the rest of the clips are just going to be me being stupid. But here's where he breaks into a party.
Well, yeah, but that's actually the rest of the movie too, Trent. So that makes sense.
All right, so here we go. Watch this here.
Yeah, just have a strawberry milkshake with real ice cream, please.
Yeah, we don't have milkshakes, but I can make you a cocktail or pour you a soda.
No thanks. Just want a shake.
That's a shake. That's milk and ice cream.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is Hunter Dunbar here tonight? Who?
Okay, I did want to point that out too. Is Hunter Dunbar not the big actor that he's making?
It doesn't seem like it. Like,
I don't think so. I think it was just like a party, and he got word that he was going to be at the party, but it's not. It must not be revolving around him.
Gotcha.
But it seemed like it was. The movie made it seem like it was, or he did to the viewer.
But I just like that. I think that it might be in Travolta's contract to be like, like, hey, we have this movie idea. He's like, do I get to talk about milkshakes?
If I don't get to talk about a milkshake, I'm out.
And there better be so many milkshakes on the craft services table.
With real ice cream.
Real ice cream.
Yeah. And not cheap $5.
I don't want Kemp's or anything like that. I want some real good stuff.
All right, here's Cam's second scene.
Do you know where Hunter Dunbar is tonight?
Hunter? Well, I believe Hunter is at his son's elementary school play. All those kids might think that Hunter is some sort of like real life action hero.
Great.
Oh.
This is really like okay. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody with any type of, issues here.
Well, yeah, you aren't, but apparently John Travolta was in this movie.
Well, I feel like in his mind, he is like overachieving Dustin Hoffman level.
Method acting.
Yeah.
And he's making a mockery of it,
He owed Fred Durst a favor, for sure.
I need to.
So for some reason.
And so this is where he gets bolted out, booted out.
I need to get an autograph from Amanda.
I'm gonna need you.
Just let me have one autograph, Amanda.
Okay, that's enough. Let's go. Come on.
No, don't let him do this to me, Amanda. I'm a fan. I'm a #1 fan. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I came here to see Hunter Dunbar. Leah!
So
Leah!
he's sitting here yelling about how he wants her autograph and he's getting kicked out. And while he's getting kicked out, he yells, I came here to see Hunter Dunbar. Like, if I was Amanda, I would have been like, why are you trying to get my autograph when you're clearly not here for me? So basically you wanted to see Hunter Dunbar and you settled. You settled for me.
That was your that was
my hot take on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few hot takes on this movie, so I might go all Trent on us tonight.
Well, switch roles.
I don't got clips.
Cam, did you have anything to add on that one?
No, I really, there's certain scenes in this movie where it's like
the definitive
Travolta. It's like, what? Well, yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably include the creme de la creme of that at some point here.
Hopefully.
But yeah, there's just some unhinged scenes, and it's like with a real, like, sorry, Fred Durst, no offense to you, but with a real director, maybe these things would have been like reshot.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, yeah, great take, John.
Yeah, he was probably, putting on the Limp Bizkit, fan board. It was like just filmed a couple scenes with John Travolta, and oh my God, breathtaking.
This guy's a visionary.
So here's why I did want to call out though is the look of John Travolta's character, the character of Moose. I instantly went to a certain place with this look. So I think his character of Moose looks a lot like Christopher Guest's character of Corky Sinclair in Waiting for Guffman. Let me see if I can get you guys to see at the top of his head better here. Hold on. Because you guys aren't seeing the hair. Here we go. How about that? Does that work?
That is pretty good.
I mean, I just thought it was a bad wig. Yeah.
So anyway, I just think this looks like I think that maybe this was an homage to Christopher Guest. And so I'm gonna talk more about Christopher Guest in a second, but I did want to just show this is Christopher Guest as Corky Sinclair. And he kind of dances like Travolta.
Yeah.
Look at those pants.
If I didn't tell you, you would have been like, I don't remember this scene in this movie.
Yeah, no joke.
He would have just not like, what version did you watch? The uncut version? Or is that the actual movie? Is
take better care of his plants.
And I only included this scene because this is probably where I was going to bring up that she plays Zoe.
I did not. No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
But this is
She's
where
just playing the character Zoe from
Degrassi,
Modern show.
But she, I'm trying to. My screen is just all messed up here. I'm working on it as I'm talking. But this does explain that his friend, his only friend, is pretty irresponsible. Like so you're his friend and you didn't notice any of these signs of what he's capable of and what he might do, and then you give him addresses to other people's houses. It doesn't even matter that they're celebrities.
Such a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, she's narrating this story. She should know.
No, I didn't. I told you about the app because you're the biggest movie fan I know, and I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing where the stars live. You cannot just invade people's privacy.
I'm not.
See, but she should have had this conversation before she did it.
The fact that she helped him break into a party to try to see this guy, and then she's like, "I'll do you one better. I'll give you his address."
Yeah.
He dropped a letter off his house. That was it.
This is really bad.
All right, so
this is really bad.
Movie? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah.
And like her Swiffer thing doesn't have a handle on it. I just feel like Hunter Dunbar needs to step it up.
The best scene in the movie, by the way.
Well, I'm going to back this up just for a second. So the one big scene here is the first time he's over there. He notices that the plant is dead, and he's like, "How would he let the plant die?" Look at the just dirt that she steps on. So I read some of the things on IMDb. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention on IMDb, one of the reviews of this movie, I would love to have taken credit for this joke, but it's seriously funny to me. But I want to give I don't know. I guess I shouldn't give them the credit by getting their name, but this wasn't my joke. Is all I'm trying to say is. But they called this movie "Look Who's Stalking."
I like it.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
But anyway, quite a few reviews mentioned the terrible house, a gardener. What a terrible job he's doing, right? And so, if you have a gardener and there's just patches of dirt, acorns all over the place, just weird. What does that guy do?
No, don't read it! Don't read it! Don't read it! Don't read it! Ow! Help! 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 Just not fair! I'm just... Stop hitting me!
Just like $1 Million Baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a nosebleed.
Yeah. I've had a nosebleed. That's what he says next. He goes, "That's a nosebleed. I've had a nosebleed before. It goes away," or something like that.
I don't understand the level of his condition. Yeah. Like he's proving that he's not at all a functional adult, but he lives on his own and can drive a motor vehicle and have a job and work by himself and no caretakers. Like there's seriously.
Well, what's his job is being a constable on the strip, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this character could have just been an obsessed fan. It didn't need to be an obsessed fan with another thing, right? Mm-hmm. But I was gonna bring this up. Did you guys see that documentary about the fans of Tiffany?
No.
See, I think that would have been better source material for Fred Durst.
Sure.
So there's a movie about these two fans who are just obsessed with the singer Tiffany. And they know everything about her, and they go to all of her shows, and they follow her around. And these people have no money, and they just spend everything they have to go see this woman. And then they get her autograph, and they talk to her like, hey, so Dad's doing okay, and she's just like, oh, she's good, that's awesome, and she's but these people are clearly obsessed, and they're weird, right? Because they both like say they're gonna marry her. They have just bizarre thoughts about this person who doesn't even know that they exist, essentially. I thought that would have been a better source material if you wanted to read about kind of obsessed fans. And I don't know if those two people are dangerous. I wouldn't think so, but just their thoughts they're just abnormal. They're clearly lonely people, and they have obsessed with something. I think that would have been a better character than this person who's a danger to other people and to themselves. I
did read that this was loosely based off of a pretty crazy fan that Limp Bizkit had.
Sure, I don't
know the extent of it, obviously,
But to pause you there, though, is Moose's character a crazy fan, or is he just somebody who doesn't have a full grasp of how a person should be thinking?
Right. He definitely needs help.
Yeah.
And more than his friend Leah, who's actually not making it worse.
Also, he did just take a life and like casually
stepped over,
brush it off as a nosebleed. Yeah.
I don't think he realizes it, and that's what exactly what you're saying.
Like same point. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
I'm in Hunter Dunbar's house.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah, and they bookend that scene with just a real
best monster makeup.
Hey, it says on IMDb that this was John Travolta's favorite character to play. And anybody can put anything on IMDb, right?
Yeah, that's. But also, this scene is like this one is the textbook. Like they just rolled the cameras and put them in a room.
Yeah,
sure.
And then they're like, John, act like you have special needs. Act like a special need. You know how they are. You know, just
yeah. You know how they are.
Yeah, just act like the tip. You know, I think it's insulting.
It is.
Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house.
But I don't think it's filmed to be insulting.
Watch out!
Right? I mean, like,
here's Moosey.
That's not too deep into it.
You rock my head and you rattle my head. You rock it like I go to bed.
By the way, that's his actual singing voice.
That was him singing.
Have you guys ever seen the YouTube supercut of just Nick Cage losing it?
No.
I think so.
It's just like every time in a movie that he just loses his mind, and it's a great supercut, and they put like dramatic music underneath. I just feel like this scene with dramatic music underneath would be like heartbreaking. But instead we get this just quiet, flat shot, following him around. What a scene. And he just killed someone. Just killed someone.
Unsettling. I mean,
yeah. Danny, all that money, no ice cream.
Good one. I'm glad you put that in there.
So he stayed inside the house. Hunter Dunbar is now going to sleep. Oh, he used his toothbrush earlier, right?
Brushed his teeth and his tongue. Yeah.
These are things that a person. I believe that he's trying to portray somebody with like severe autism, but these aren't characteristics of somebody with autism. They're not being.
Well, this is psychotic. It's definitely has.
You're not putting your fingers in people's mouths, and you know what I'm saying. Like I've been around different levels of autism, and I haven't. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm saying that this is bizarrely portrayed. Where I think, like I said before, I think it could have been better if it was just a crazy fan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't. Well, you guys, we keep talking about all this, like what he's trying to portray. He's actually just John Travolta.
I mean, it does remind me of a question that my friend has asked me numerous times. Would Forrest Gump be as good as Forrest Gump is if he was just a regular, normal person?
Oh, but that's the charm of Forrest Gump.
You don't see any charm in this character in Moose?
No.
You don't see the charm in Moose?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, Forrest Gump, Rain Man. Moose
isn't in that category.
I'm gonna get beat up for all of this, but like, we have seen people with special needs being portrayed to radio. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we've seen people being portrayed, even though they may have some things that might stick out as like silly to the average person. These are things that are kind of accurate portrayals to some people with those kind of conditions, but this is not. Right?
Oh, I feel like this is the same category as radio.
Okay.
Like you get some big radio vibes a few times in this movie. That's just my take though.
Well, and him and they're in a lot of movies together too.
Cuba Gooding,
right? Aren't they? They've been in movies together, right?
And on Diddy's yacht.
I don't know if you guys caught this. So like him putting the blanket on there kind of goes more towards that fan thing. But here was where he takes some earwax and eats it or smells it, and yeah.
I did not notice that.
Well, he does it throughout the entire movie to himself as well. Like he'll do it to himself, and I think he takes it from like behind the ear and smells it.
There's that rocking.
Yeah,
it's distracting.
No, there's definitely something more going on with him.
All right, and then I didn't do the full clip here because I don't want the clips to be super long. But okay, so it cuts to a weird wipe there, right? But it cuts to this scene of flashback. And
oh yeah.
Okay, so the distracting narrator in the beginning, and she comes in, a couple more times, and then the weird animation that keeps coming in. But is he having this flashback? So is he having a flashback of the third person of him watching TV, and then his mom is talking to her boyfriend or whatever? What? I don't even know what this helps with the story.
Why is this here? Yeah, is it just to help us understand him a little bit more?
Yeah, like Fred Durst is like, you know what? I don't know if the audience knows that he likes horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, his shirt didn't say it, right?
Yeah. By the way, that shirt, there was only one of those.
Yeah, and it's signed by Hunter Dunbar. Didn't he write his name Hunter across it?
What was that?
Or what did he write? Because remember when he was like, "You want my autograph? You want my autograph?" And then he signs his shirt.
Oh, I thought he stabbed him with the pen.
I thought he wrote something. I know he did. I thought he wrote something and then I don't know. I thought he wrote Hunter across it. Maybe I was wrong. Oh yeah, this is the best scene in the movie. I said that the last time. The car scene is the best, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's many names for such actions like this. It's just it's bizarre. It's bizarre. But what's more weird than putting your own music in your movie is that awesome. It's not like the movie music. It's just in this guy's car, and he is way too stoked to be hearing it.
Oh, that's me driving the car. Dude, you got to hear this. This is Golden Cobra. Let's go.
You like a little Limp Biscuit? You like a little biscuit?
That's grooving. I don't care where you are.
It's loud. I used to listen to this back in the day. This is hot. Oh my God, that is nice. That is nice.
Hey, I'm not quite like that.
Here we go, baby.
You can't sleep. You're restless.
Oh, I was wrong. It's not the same. Shame on me.
That whole scene was just short of him saying, Fred Durst is considered a modern poet.
Yeah.
Fred Durst is the Bob Dylan of the modern age.
Bob Dylan of rap rock. Or rock rap. Which one is
rap
it?
Rock. Bro metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just thought that scene is, oh my God. Like the it'd been better. Seriously, it would have felt more natural if it was just like, oh, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, and then it played as they drove.
Yeah, but the reactions, and then and he's like, "You like Limp Bizkit?" And the kid's like, "Oh yeah, Dad. All the kids love Limp Bizkit." And then he even says like Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I used to listen to him a lot back in the day. Yeah, love the biscuit. He has like a nickname for Limp Bizkit. Like, oh.
So, God, okay. First off, the song was called "The Truth." I said that wrong. But secondly, not to talk so much about Limp Bizkit, but this is what happens. All right. On their latest record that came out a couple years ago, they had a whole like little like song type thing where the guy, Fred is singing about how like people say, "Yeah, I used to like these guys, but I don't like them anymore," when really they do like them anyways. You got to hear the song.
And that's featuring John Travolta.
And that's featuring Moose.
I'll say though that I think. Nah, I was gonna say something mean. Let's move on.
Wait!
I appreciate it.
All right, so now he's come back to the house that he's been multiple times warned not to go to, and he goes and he ties up Hunter Dunbar, and then he dresses like Jason Voorhees and he's stabbing him, but it's not really
awesome.
I fooled Hunter Dunbar. I'm such a good actor.
God, you mind?
You were good too, though. You were really good. You were good. You were better than Jamie Lee Curtis.
All right, that's the second time in this
Yep.
in this movie that he's brought up Jamie Lee Curtis. Earlier, when he gets the star maps, he says that look how big her lawn is. So anyway, I mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis a couple times. She was in Trading Places with the guy who plays the doctor in the other movie. She was actually in a movie called Perfect with John Travolta. But do you guys want to know something crazy? Hopefully this blows your mind. Do you know who she's married to? She's married to Christopher Guest, who played Corky Sinclair, who looks just like Moose.
Wow.
I don't know what you unraveled, but you unraveled it, man.
When did you connect all that? We're gonna start calling you the connector.
I know I connected to this that day you told me to watch this movie, like 3 weeks ago.
It all just was like.
I was like, what? They mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis, and then also, and then John Travolta was in Carrie. PJ Souls was in Carrie. PJ Souls is a major character in Halloween. So is Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, the circle never leaves we never go outside city limits, is what I'm saying. Like with any of our thoughts here.
Well, it's all right there. Couple block radius.
Anyway, so that's my Jamie Lee Curtis connection.
Well done. I should have put the applause on.
We'll add it later. By the way, and then we've mentioned this with a couple movies now, mostly with like Last Action Hero, is that I might be alone on this. I don't like when things hit too close to home, as far as like I understand these are actors and that they're just in these movies, but I want these stories to be independent from the real world, right? And so like the Arnold Schwarzenegger meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was too stupid. It just as the viewer, it's too dumb. And even though this movie, you think this movie can't get stupider, he makes a Reservoir Dogs reference.
Yep.
Which means in this universe, Quentin Tarantino exists, which means arguably, a top 3 role that John Travolta has ever had. You know what I'm saying? So that means that
sure, yeah,
in Pulp Fiction. I know they're two different movies.
Yeah, but that's the connection with Quentin and yeah.
But I don't know if you guys noticed that this was a Reservoir Dogs reference.
Mr. Blonde. I did.
Holy shit. Blonde. No.
Good.
Wait. Ah! Stuck in the middle. Stuck in
Don't
worry.
worry.
Stop. Hey. There's no gas in here. It's just water.
I just,
And then he gets out by convincing, acting, and like luring him in. Looks like we don't see that scene.
No.
Right? Yeah. Where he lures him in and tricks him to untie him, and then yeah, I
didn't include the whole.
You didn't need to. That's fine. At this point in the movie, you're like, God, this is a short movie, but it should probably be over by now, right?
well, I'll say that from the scene of him tying him up to the end, I was like, I've already seen a better movie of this. It was called Misery, right?
Yeah.
It's just a bet. I don't get it. And she was clearly crazy. Right, she was an obsessed. It just seems like that's a better story than. But I guess who wrote it? I mean, we're comparing Stephen King to Fred Durst.
Oh yeah, he actually did co-write the script, didn't he?
Yeah,
I remember that in the credits. I was like, wow, that's wild.
But then
written and directed.
But then I mean, it's not like Stephen King could have wrote Nookie. Right?
Definitely not. Or break stuff.
So the tides have turned, right? So the captor has now become the whatever. So he shoots off his fingers.
Yep, shoots his fingers off,
and then he shoots a gun right at his ears.
Yeah. Yep. I have a theory about why he does it like that.
He stabs him in the eye, a lot like the teddy bear.
Is that the foreshadowing?
Spit it out.
So this is a foretelling. This is all in the same universe, minus that clip of that flashback where he's watching TV. If that wasn't in that movie, which it shouldn't be in this movie anyways, if you took that out, these could be Corey's multiple, this.
Well, yeah. So what you're trying to say is that's Todd.
Yeah.
Right? That is
you don't
Todd.
know, you don't know what his real name is.
Sure.
Oh. I do have a whole thing on that. I was going to save that for my final thoughts, but I'll just say it now. Yeah, Todd realized he could survive on his own outside the bubble. He was given a demo disc of Limp Bizkit and became a huge fan, became obsessed, and then he became the fanatic outside the plastic bubble.
Nice.
Should I read yours too?
Oh yeah, I chimed in with my.
Brian had one.
This would be the sequel. Right.
The sequel is within just a few minutes of a short car ride with his father, Danny Dunbar's immune system was drained and weakened from the blaring sounds of 90s rap rock. Forced into a life trapped behind plastic, he still doesn't want to brush his teeth. The Fanatic 2, Danny Bubblicious. Okay. Those were my final thoughts, even though we're not there yet. But anyways, go on.
So he gets stabbed in the eye, finger shot off, ears are hurting. Oh, what was your thoughts on why he did that?
Okay, because he had just said, I'm just a fan, or like I'm a fan. So I feel like by him shooting on each ear and taking out one of his eyes, he should have taken out both, because then he couldn't ever hear or see any of his stuff ever again. For being a big fan.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, I thought that last night when I was watching it. It hit me. I'm like, that makes sense to me. I mean, dude, me and Fred, like, we get this.
You're simpatico.
Yes.
And now it was funny because now I feel better that I didn't feel that way. Now I know that Fred Durst's on this plane, I'm on this plane. They'll never intersect, right? Okay, so now he just lets him out. And he doesn't go to the doctor.
No, he actually becomes more popular on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, it's a really this one's for the scholars out there. The message Fred's given us about Hollywood. Whew. You gotta dig a few layers deep here.
Yeah, because some people came up to him and like took their picture, like that's so looking cool. Yeah, and he smiled. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, I don't get the end. So then the groundskeeper Willie finds the body of the housekeeper and calls the authorities, and then Hunter Dunbar is arrested. Moments after Moose left the premises, right?
Blood all over the floor, probably. Like,
and then Moose. We don't think we don't know that he goes to the doctor, but our friendly narrator chimes in and says that Moose takes it as a badge of honor, like almost like that's an autograph, right? From his big star that he doesn't have an eye or fingers, like. So the movie leaves us
wanting more.
No,
I'm kidding.
With of us wondering what we could have done with our time that was better use.
Well, I'm
also
happy
Trent. You gotta
chose this one.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think Trent. You mentioned earlier the terrible groundskeeper. I mean, she was killed how many days prior? That means he just hadn't checked the backyard for like a week.
No. And Hunter goes and tells the groundskeeper, the gardener, we're like, hey, she said that she saw somebody around here. Did you see anything?
Yep.
Like, so he was there that day. Why didn't he clean up any of this other stuff?
Yeah. That didn't make any sense. And then he gets in trouble for it. But you think the groundskeeper not the groundskeeper, the gardener. He ratted him out, right?
Yeah.
Like he found her and said it was him, but is that what you just pretty much said? I mean, I feel like he would have been like, oh no, he did say somebody was around here that day. Like maybe it was somebody else.
And then a famous movie star doesn't have like a Ring camera or anything.
That's a good point. Any type of security around.
Or the city of Los Angeles doesn't have like forensics to figure out that blood on the floor belongs to somebody else, or that
that's part 2 of the movie,
or he's gonna have like lacerations on his wrists. He's gonna some of his earwax is missing. I just Fred Durst could have just cut out that scene of that car ride and fixed a lot of the problems.
Yeah, like finish the plot.
Yeah. I'm not. This movie is right up my alley as far as what kind of. But this is a terrible movie. And so, but I've discovered that I maybe I'm obsessed with Travolta. I kind of went back and looked at his filmography, and I'm like, man, I don't know if any of these things are good. I just don't know if any of them are good. And I really like Welcome Back, Kotter. I think that show was really funny for his time. But man, other than that, he just straight down minus Pulp Fiction. It's just a.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I do like his action films, like Face Off. I mean, I like Nick Cage a lot too, so that one's up there for me. But
you, I don't know if we have time for this. So my problem with Face Off, I mean, like that is just so implausible that I can't get into it.
True. Maybe we should do Face Off.
Well, I think I can just sum up the whole movie with the problem in one sentence. So if this was a thing that you could take somebody's face, they're not the same body shape or body type either. So that means that Nick Cage gained the character that Nick Cage plays gained the weight too. Okay, and then the character that John Travolta plays lost the weight so he can be Nick Cage. And then when they swapped back at the end, which is the worst part, like, okay, so I get that you did the thing, but now
spoilers.
But now you're gonna do it backwards, and now your hairlines are messed up, your weight's all messed up. Like they could have just fixed that movie. That they could if they could have just got two other actors to come in at the end and be like, we couldn't get you to look like you did. That would have fixed it all. But no, the whole point of the movie was Nick Cage is going to play that guy for half of the movie, and then this guy for half the movie, and come back as this guy at the end, and then
and they're going to take each other's faces off.
I don't know, man. I've seen some dumb movies. I really have, and I love them. But I don't know. Like that movie didn't feel like it was like, hey, look how dumb this idea is. No, it was like it went full hard into this like serious.
Should we do Face Off or no? Maybe
we should just do all Travolta movies from now on.
The rest of the year, all John Travolta.
It could be called Do You Remember This Travolta Movie?
Were there more clips, or was that was the last one? I'm guessing, right?
That was the last clip.
Well, excellent. Do we want to give our final thoughts and our rankings? I think so. Want me to go first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, I already gave my final thoughts on Fanatic and how he becomes, the Fanatic outside the bubble. But as we were talking, I kept going lower and lower on my score for the Fanatics. I give it a 4 out of 10. Do you want me to go into my Boy in the Plastic Bubble?
No, I'll split them up here.
Okay, split them in. Okay, go ahead.
I'll do for Fanatic. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought you were probably gonna be with it. I feel like I had it at a 6 at one point.
I enjoyed the experience, but I also enjoyed like the you ever seen The Fly? Not the Jeff Goldblum one, but like the Vincent Price, where it's like Vincent Price's head on a fly's body.
I've seen clips.
I think this movie's like that. I enjoyed watching it once. I get it. It's something I can make fun of, but I'm gonna move on. It's just gonna be in that little compartment in the back of my brain.
Like if you see the poster for it sometime, you'd be like, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Cam, what do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 2, but please watch it. That's I mean, right, exactly what Trent said. It's I would even say it was worth watching twice, but yeah, terrible movie. Like bad plot, bad everything, very bad acting. But boy, what a gem.
Yeah. How about I'll let you go again. How about Boy in the Plastic Bubble?
Me?
Oh no, Cam.
Okay.
Oh, not bad. I think I'd probably give it I would give it a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, again, a competent, especially for what was it made for ABC?
Yeah.
Pretty competent movie. Yeah, there's some goofy elements, but the Buzz Aldrin cameo, yeah, that bumps it up another 2 points right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like that movie a lot because it's so campy and dumb. And then this feels like a joke that shouldn't be made, but it so you guys know that that's based on a true story. It's actually based on two
people. Yeah.
But you know what's weird is that neither of those kids lived to get in their teens, right? So what a you guys have mentioned the word homage multiple times through this episode. What a terrible homage to have the kid to have John Travolta's character outlast the two actual people.
I think one of them was alive to see it,
but he was 12.
Yeah, and I'm sure. Yeah, he watched it and he lost the will.
But I do like that it's a who's who made for TV movie and it had major characters in it. I like the Goonies, so that was just nice that we see Mama Fratelli. Right,
Am Ramsey, yeah,
and then we get to see Robert Reed play a different dad. He was kind of stuck in the dad zone, but at least he gets to play multiple dads, right? But no, I would give it. I'm gonna give it a 5.
I also am giving it a 5. So I'm with you on that one. Did you know that this movie I see on IMDb has 16 different movie posters, different?
Yeah, because it was on TV, so there was so there was never a
actual one.
And also, one of the reasons I immediately went to this movie when we were thinking about this is that I for our viewers that just don't know how real the struggle is over here, one of our episodes got heavily flagged. A couple weeks ago, which caused a delay in us putting a new episode out. Where to get all techie here, what we had to do is we had to crop the video that we did and rotate it, so it's actually mirrored. And that's how we were able to get the episode to actually go onto YouTube. We kind of run into that a lot with our episodes, but usually it's in other countries. So I not that I don't care about other countries, but it's not a concern if people, people
can't watch it in
Belgium. Yeah.
I was like a different country.
Yeah, I
can't think of one.
couldn't think of one. Yep.
But
I don't know. Damn it.
But our Airborne episode got flagged in US and Canada, right? And then I'll just for our viewers' sake, the only other thing that's been flagged, we show a lot of clips. The only other thing, and it's pretty cool. You get those of you guys who don't have a clip show on YouTube, this is what happens. You get a notification that says, hey, some of your clips were discovered to be used from a major motion picture, and the copyright's owned by Warner Brothers or Columbia Pictures or whatever it is. But then it'll say, but you have permission to use it in the context that you're using it, right? And they're not watching; it's all bots. But all these big movies. I mean, some of these movies. I mean, most of the movies we're doing are pretty low key, but most of them are from a major studio. Right?
Sure, yeah.
And they're cool with us using it. The only ones so far is Airborne and the second Cutting Edge movie. Because it tells me what time in the video.
What time, where you put the clip or whatnot. Yeah.
So back to why I brought it up for Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Boy in the Plastic Bubble is free use. Public use.
Really?
Public domain.
That's pretty cool.
So if we ever wanted to do like a live react, we could watch that entire movie live. Stream the whole movie.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it again.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if we did a live stream, but that'd probably be.
Is it because you don't like horses?
I love horses. I love horses. That was my little horse there.
Oh, you killed it, buddy.
Well, this has been a fun episode, right? Just me embarrassing myself the whole time. No, anyways. Well, I mean, that's all my final thoughts. IMDb gives The Boy in the Plastic Bubble 5.8 out of 10, but only 5,500 people have actually like rated that movie on IMDb. And then lastly, Fanatic 12,401, or is that 21? Ooh, 21. I can't read my own handwriting. 4.1 out of 10. 4.1.
4.1.
Yeah. So.
Is that the lowest we've had?
For
IMDb review? It's
IMDb,
down there.
It might be
down there.
It might be.
Yeah, because I even think Hands of Steel got like a 5.
That was pretty. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
can you imagine like being like any level of stardom? Like you're not. You don't even have to be Travolta level, but like Durst level, and scoring below Hands of Steel.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Somebody should write him a letter, or he should watch this podcast. And also, thank you to everyone who did watch this podcast, and thank you, Trent. Thank you, Cam, for hanging out. Yeah, we'll catch you again on. Do you remember this movie
or this TV show?
And this TV show.
Hey, Aaron. Chocolate mousse. I can't talk too long. I gotta poo.
Or this TV show.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Lubitsch. Right, Doctor. I've just come from a